So thank you, Phil, for joining us. There's been a lot of consumption of counterfeit alcohol. And so maybe if you can tell us what is counterfeit alcohol and why is it so dangerous?
Well, what we term counterfeit or illicit alcohol is alcohol that has been manufactured without the appropriate health and safety procedures. And some of this alcohol contains high levels of methanol or unpurified substances which pose grave health risks to consumers.
And where should consumers buy their alcohol?
Ideally, they should look for certified retailers and established ones. So your Pick and Pays, your OK, your Bon Marché, liquor supplies. Those are retail outlets that we know are buying original products. And then if they're out on a night out in Harare, for example, places like Jamtree, Pariah State, Pablo's, and in Bulawayo Smokehouse, those are outlets that we know assuredly are buying original products. Not to say that any outlet outside of that network is not, and also, sorry, Karma and Harare, not to say that any outlets outside of that list are not buying, but we know for sure those guys are stocking. But even at those establishments, consumers need to be vigilant, make sure that they're looking out for the things I mentioned. Does the bottle have those signifiers that we mentioned? What's the taste like? With whiskeys, for example, whiskeys that are brewed originally do not contain sugars. So it should not swirl or streak in your glass. If you dip your fingers into your glass of whiskey, your fingers should not stick together after that. Things like that should help inform customers on how to protect themselves and how to make sure that they are drinking the real thing during this period.
Oh, quite informative. And what are some of the signs of counterfeit alcohol?
So pretty much everything we mentioned. Price, where you buy it. Also, if you are buying bottles, if you are lucky enough to be able to afford bottles during these times, make sure that the bottle arrives to you sealed. Inspect it before opening. Make sure that you at least drink it without any mixes, chasers, fruit juices, etc., so that you get an appreciation for what it's tasting. Like if it tastes different to what you've tasted before, immediately stop. And just be wary of harsh smells, strong smells, stronger than normal burning sensation when drinking it. These could be signs that it has methanol or ethanol in it and could be unsafe to drink.
So in terms of raising awareness to the public, what is the scale of counterfeit alcohol problem in Zimbabwe and South Africa?
So South Africa really has, especially this year, and I don't know if you've seen on social media, the issue has really exacerbated in the past year. Recent reports state as much as 22% of all alcohol in the South African market is illicit or fake, and is costing the South African government a minimum of 6 billion rand a year. So it's quite significant, and in recent months there have been a number of reports of illnesses, deaths, poisonings in South Africa, particularly in the Western Cape, and consumers across the board don't know what they're buying. So if you've come across them on social media, you'll see a lot of people are now trying to identify what is original, what is not, how to identify, how not to. So we took a preemptive step to help the consumer to do that without having to do all this homework. We've done most of the work for you. All you have to do is look out for those signifiers and you should be safe.
All right. And why is fake alcohol so prevalent?
I think
What's the reason?
the main one is the economic factor. On both sides, consumers like the brands that they like. They like to be seen drinking the brands that they like, but they might not be able to afford those brands on a regular basis. So wherever they can, they'll try to get a cheaper option. And on the other side, the illicit producers are just trying to make a quick buck using cheaper products, cheaper chemicals, and selling them at higher margins. So the main reason is, I think, the economic issues and sadly greed.
And what is the impact, or what are some of the potential risks that are posed by consuming fake alcohol?
They're quite dire. So death is the most serious one. So acute alcohol poisoning is one. It can lead to blindness. It can lead to failure of the liver. It can lead to psoriasis. It can lead to a number of long-term health issues, some of which are not treatable. So it's very important that consumers are aware of this. And also, if you do believe that you've consumed any form of illicit or fake alcohol and you're suffering the symptoms of alcohol poisoning, which are diarrhea, dizziness, coughing, etc., please don't take a cold shower. I know it's an old wives' tale that a lot of people like to say that once you feel like you've had too much to drink, take a cold shower. If you're suffering from alcohol poisoning, taking a cold shower can exacerbate hypothermia. So the most important thing is seek medical attention as immediately as possible, or assume a resting position and let the medical attention come to you. But ultimately, whatever you do, seek medical attention and don't let that person fall asleep. We've had, sadly, cases of people who have suffered alcohol poisoning, passing out, falling asleep, and then choking on themselves because they're unable to control their bodily functions. So I'm not trying to be too graphic, but I'm also trying to highlight the gravity of the situation and the importance of avoiding illicit alcohol, but also once you feel you have consumed it, getting medical attention as soon as you can.